Therapy changed my life. It is impossible to do everything, and that is not a failure. You don't always need to pick the harder path. Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thank you for being here. I'm Natalie, and as the year is closing out, I thought I'd share 23 things that I learned from 2023 as a 19-year-old girl who is in college and figuring out her mental health and just figuring out life. Some of these are serious, some of these are silly, but without further ado, let's just get into it. Number 1. Apparently this is the first one I thought of. Don't talk to boys in class unless you want them to ask you out. If you do want to go on dates, this is the way. Number 2. This one's important for anybody who is working in a fast food job. Don't take the closing shift at a fast food place unless you are okay with lots of cleaning. Honestly, this probably goes for the closing shift of anywhere you have to clean, and that's not my thing. And we would always get out late because there was so much cleaning to do. Number 3, therapy actually works. Let me say it again. Go to therapy. I believed this before, like I believed therapy would work, but now I feel like I actually have a lot of personal experience with it. I can literally say like therapy changed my life and changed my viewpoint. So go to therapy. Number 4, also therapy related. Therapy takes work. I feel like when you see it on TV shows, it's like one episode they're like in therapy and the therapist asks them some deep question that they can't answer, then the next episode they know the answer and they're like all better and everything's changed, right? No, it takes week by week work. Do not give up, please. 5, being open about your feelings is better than keeping them in. Number 6, you can have a good time going to things by yourself. It is scary to go out and do things by yourself, but it can also be so worth it. Number 7, I will preface this by saying that this is not from my own personal experience. This is something that I more observed, but really get to know someone before you start dating them. There's no rush. And yeah. Number 8, this one was a wow for me. Accept how people show you love, even if it's not in the way you want them to show it. And what I mean by this is, I feel like I really want people to show me love in a certain way if I'm like, I want this, and if they loved me, they would do this for me, if that makes sense. Which, that actually sounds so much worse now that I'm saying it out loud. But I would feel like they didn't care about me if they didn't like show me love in the way I wanted them to. What I've come to realize is that people love in different ways, and sometimes it is important to accept how they are showing you love and accept that as a sign of their love. Number 9, if a kind thought or prompting comes to mind, do it. 99% of the time, the what ifs don't matter. Lots of the times I'm worried about what other people think, or what if I bring this person some brownies and they hate brownies? And I would just overthink a ton of stuff. But it's like, when people say it's the thought that counts, that is actually so true. Most of the time, the what ifs that come to your mind are not even relevant. They don't matter, they aren't true. And if they are true, it is still not as important as you think it is. This one is more of a silly one, but I wrote, it's pronounced Chihuahua, not Chihuahua, which my roommate mercilessly makes fun of me for. Number 11 is very similar to one a couple ago, but I wrote, follow the thoughts or promptings you have, even if they don't seem inspirant. I don't think that's what I meant to write. Basically, just, again, follow the thoughts or promptings you have. This one's a little different from the past one because the past one was more like, don't let worries about it going wrong or what other people think to get in the way of it. This one's more like, just follow them immediately. Like, just do it, don't question it, just go. You really do not need to spend 10 million years thinking about whether this is the right choice or not. Number 11, parking lots are dangerous places. A parking lot is the most dangerous place you can drive in. 12, you are only responsible for 50% of the conversation. Don't put all the pressure on yourself to make a conversation work. It's you talking to someone else, they also are in charge of 50% of the conversation. Like, it is not just up to you. So don't feel like you're carrying the whole conversation on your shoulders. And if there's even more of you, then you have even less responsibility. 13, it is impossible to do everything, and that is not a failure. This is something I'm still coming to terms with because I'm like, no, I need to take this many credits of classes and work this many hours a week and also post this many videos a week and hang out with this many people and do this and this and this and this and this and this. That is just not reasonable. It is just going to burn you out, and honestly is not even possible considering the fact that you only have a certain amount of hours in a day and in a week. And so, yeah, it's impossible to do all those things, but that is not a failure on your part. That is just how life works. 14, all strong thoughts and feelings have an underlying message and purpose. So this is another little therapy lesson. And basically what I mean here is when you feel anger or anxiety or sadness, there is normally an underlying message and purpose to that. And lots of times I would think, why am I feeling anxious about this? Like, why is my mind doing this to me? I'm not unsafe right now. And it basically felt like my mind and my body was just kind of like attacking me for no reason. What I came to realize is normally there is like an underlying message and purpose to that thought. Like the thought they don't like me could really just be your brain trying to communicate that you're afraid of rejection or something like that, and it's may not be communicating it to you in the best way, but it's not actually like trying to harm you in itself. It's trying to protect you. And I feel like learning that helped me be one, more in tune with myself, and also realize that I am not the enemy. Like I do not need to be warring with myself. 15. There is both good and bad perfectionism. Good perfectionism is being goal-oriented, trying your best, etc., etc. Bad perfectionism is when you bring your self-worth into it and whatever standard you work towards will never be enough. 16. The right moment normally doesn't just come along. You have to just do it anyway, or you have to create that moment. 17. Reading is amazing! As you may have seen by the different reading vlogs that I have on this channel, love reading, and I basically have my whole life, but there was a few year period of time where I wasn't really reading books for fun. But once summer started this year, I just like full on went back into reading again, and it has been amazing. I love books, I love reading. It is just honestly so magical. 18. We don't know how long we have with the people we're surrounded with, whether that's family members or a coworker or a best friend. So if there's something that you need to say to them, say it. Don't hesitate to show your love for people and to spend time with people, because we really don't know how long we have with them. And I don't just mean like mortality and death, but also you don't know whether you're going to be working with that coworker again next semester. You don't know whether that classmate is going to, if you're going to see them again. You have to, make the most of the time that you have with them. 19. Letting go of things isn't a sign of weakness. I had a job last school year and I thought it was a failure to let go of it because it was the harder path. Like, I feel like growing up, I've just believed the harder path is normally the better path. Shying away from doing what's harder means that you're weak in some way or that you aren't capable, when really, you don't always need to pick the harder path. Like, you don't always need to be miserable to be accomplishing something. And deciding to quit from that job, I truly believe that I am in a better place now, mentally, and just, it was honestly an act of self-care. 20. God places people in your life. I cannot emphasize that enough. God knows where you are at, and he places people in your life that you probably wouldn't even know to ask for and that you wouldn't expect. 21. Don't let fear of what other people think stop you from doing what you want to do. This channel is an example for me. I am very worried about what people think. I normally don't tell people that I have a YouTube channel, but someone I knew from high school posted on his Instagram basically this video of him talking about how he started his own YouTube channel and how we shouldn't stop ourselves from following our dreams just because we're worried about what other people are going to say about it, because this is our life we're living and we're the ones who are in control of it, and other people's opinions on that honestly really doesn't matter. Maybe people will think that this is weird or they'll think that it's cringy or whatever else, but this is my life I'm living, and if it's making me happier to put out these videos, then that's what matters. Number 22. Okay, for some reason I feel like this number's off. Okay, I had 2 11s. That's awkward. 22. You don't have to be besties with everyone. It is natural to not always click, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or with them. 23. Take care of yourself. Well, that 23 was really 24, so a little bonus for you guys. But yeah, take care of yourself, guys. I know it is hard. I think often we neglect taking care of ourselves, and it's not a one-time thing. It's a daily, weekly, monthly, etc. thing that you need to do for yourself. Anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate having this channel. I hope you guys had a great 2023, and that 2024 will be even better for you guys. And I love you guys lots, and I'll see you guys in the next one.